this episode of Stranding Deep. So this is episode 2, and we're just going to pick up from where we left off last time. So first of all, just a quick check my stats. As you can see, we're low on water and food. So we're just going to grab some water. And then, as you see at the bottom, we didn't have anything in there to replenish that water. So we'll just take time to gather some more materials and get the water back up and running. Something we definitely need to keep an eye on is our stats there. The water and food seem to deteriorate relatively quickly over the space of a day. We just need to keep on top of it. With only one way of generating water and one way getting food at the moment, which currently is crabs. We just need to make sure we stay on top of that before we kind of go running around and just dehydrating or starving, really. Okay, so our water's now fairly full, but we're still quite low on food, so we need to go and address that. We do have one piece of small crab meat. We're going to get that on the fire, get the fire going, get that cooking up so we can eat that when we need to. As some of you may have noticed, it may sound a little bit different on this video compared to the first one. Unfortunately, we lost the voiceover recording while we were playing the game, so I've had to do all this in afterwards. Let me know how you think. See if this is better than the previous video, and if so, maybe we'll look at carrying this forward throughout our adventures within YouTube. Guys, we're going over to our life raft here. We'll have a quick look in the storage. So you do start off with a few supplies here. As you can see, we just get the rations out there, and that replenishes our food quite nicely. I would suggest trying to keep that, just because later on in the gameplay you might find yourself really hungry and needing it. Whereas if you can keep that now and just live off of crab or sardines, maybe worth it, but using one's not a bad point. Okay, so just checking here what we can build. See, there's a lot of stuff we can currently build. Brick stations, fuel stations, furnace. We're going to want to start gathering materials so we can create all of this stuff. Although it may not seem like it at the moment, tool belt's definitely a good one. Though it may not seem like it right at this moment in time, I think we should really be trying to generate as much material as we can to start creating this stuff. And the reason for that is we're just, with this vast game, if we can try and expand as quickly as we can, we'll be able to get out, venture more, see more of the world. So that's what we're going to do right now, actually. We're going to take the raft out, we're going to go and explore. So you can see here I'm having a little bit of trouble getting in. I end up actually pushing the raft back into shore, which I didn't realise at the time. But I just carry on anyway and try to pick up the paddle to get out. I wish you could sit facing either way so you didn't come across problems like this, where I've just managed to throw myself into shore. But lesson learned, what you can actually do when you drag it, for any of you starting out just like me, the fact you can just spin it. Drag and spin, and you'll be facing the right way, rather than trying to pull it back like this. Perfect. So at this point here, we're just going to paddle over to that island there. You can see in the distance the one on the right that we're facing towards now. Just a little bit of explore, see what's out there, and gather some materials. So what I'm going to do is fast forward the journey between, as it is a couple of minutes long, and I gather you don't want to sit there and just watch me rowing for 2-3 minutes. Right, we'll catch you over at the island. over here. And in that time, as you can see, it's gone from beautiful sunshine being lovely and dark, which does make the adventuring process, shall we say, a little bit more challenging. We can't actually see what we're doing. But that's okay, we will carry on. We'll get the hook put back on, get this raft up onto shore, if we can see where shore is. Start having a little wander around to see what's going on. And, ow, right, we get attacked. The moment we land, we're getting attacked. But we have no idea by what. All I can imagine it was is some of the little crabs must have stepped on them. So hopefully it hasn't caused too much damage. Still looking because I just wasn't sure. This is all new. But hope it hasn't covered too much damage and we're just going to carry on. So a little bit of exploratory here. Gonna have a look around, see what we can find. So that was a bit of aloe vera we're collecting. As you can see, instantly we come across sticks, the palm saplings, which are great. We need those fibrous leaves for the lashings. I can't overestimate enough, or over-exaggerate, I should say, enough how much you're going to need those. The lashings are just so crucial, especially at this part of the game. I've been going through the fibrous leaves so quickly. So there's a giant crab now chasing us. And that crab just reminds me of the crabs from Alaska, the king crabs that people pay a fortune for. Well, that's a big old crab. I don't think we want to be arguing with him just yet. Especially as I don't think we have any real way of defending ourselves. So we're going to carry on exploring, just seeing what's out here, just gathering whatever material we can until our inventory's full. And just seeing really if there's any differences between here and our island. This one does seem to be a little bit bigger. I'm hoping we come across bigger and bigger islands until a point where we actually find quite a large island to call home. What I'm going to guess though, the bigger islands you find, the more wildlife there's going to be. So we've now come across a giant crab. Hey, just there again, chasing us again. I'm not too sure what else is out there at the moment. So we need to get ourselves geared up and ready, and maybe even to a point where we'll be able to build a compound where we can fence it off, we can be secure, and then only go out when we absolutely need to. And we'll get attacked again. What is that from? The giant crabs caught us up. So this time we're actually going to try and hit him with our axe and see what we can do. As you can see, he is hurting us, but he's now running away. Let's get him, let's get him. Oh, no, he's back. Okay, and we've leveled up in hunting. Guys, I'm not too sure what the hunting skills give us at this time, but we can skin this crab, which gives us a medium crab steak. That's great. So that will give us 2 servings per steak, which means 2 slots on our statistics. That's absolutely fantastic. 2 of those. We want that. That's a great find for us, especially as we're running low on food. More fibrous leaves. Once again, these are fantastic. We need these. The lashings are just getting used up so quickly. The rock here. So I try hitting the rock with my axe. There's obviously a different tool for that. That's obviously going to generate a lot of rocks or stone, which means we can build. I'm not too sure what at the moment, if I'm honest. I know there's a fire pit that you need it for, but that's really kind of it that I can see at the moment. Obviously, as we go through later in the game, I'm guessing that furnace and the brick making station may utilise that, or may utilise different material that we haven't found yet. So just more sticks, like any resource we can find really. We're just trying to fill up our resources here, get them back to the island so we can carry on building and progressing. Fortunately, it is somewhat slow going at this stage, but that's fine. We're going to keep going, and our inventory is full. Okay. Oh, another crab. I don't think it'd be wise for us to fight him right now. I don't know what my health is. The last one wasn't particularly easy, but he is coming after us. So at this stage, we're just going to bolt and go straight for the raft. Grab up one lot of last fibrous leaves. Say goodbye to Mr. Crab and the island. As you can see, we're trying to pick the hook up, the paddle up, but we can't, and that's because our inventory's full. We haven't quite worked that out yet. And now we have, so we've got the storage store earlier, but there's no room in that storage. We're going to try and put the crab meat in there, but there is absolutely no room. So let's drop our axe. And then we should be able to pick up the paddle. So nice empty hand. And yeah, we've got an empty slot there. Okay, so where's the paddle? There it was. And there we go, pick the paddle up. I don't know if you can use the paddle as a weapon. Not going to suggest it, because at the moment it's our only form of transportation. And if we break that paddle, I'm not too sure if we can build a new one. We should be able to out of some wood and some planks and whatnot. It just won't be as effective. Okay, so we've got the long, tedious paddle back to our home island. So let's start that and let's get back to the island now. We'll fast forward again and we'll meet you back over there. And we're back, guys. So pick up our axe, drop off our paddle, and bring that raft onto shore. Some of you may have noticed, as I have, that there is an anchor on that raft. I'm not too sure if you need material for it. I don't know if it's reusable after you use it once, so I'm not using it at the moment. It's quite light. You can bring it up onto shore, so that's what I'm doing. I don't check my stats, but I am full. So what we're going to do is going to come over and we're going to start unloading some of the materials we have collected. We've got fibrous leaves, wood. So at this stage, we can't bring anything else into our hand because our inventory is full. So we just drop our axe and start worrying about the wooden sticks. Replan the fire, get that nice and full. Means we can cook some of those larger medium crab steaks. So we've now got 2 medium. That's there. It's just 1 serving, but I believe it does 2 slots, as I said earlier, on your statistics. And 1 small crab meat. So we're going to eat the small crab meat. That'll give us another slot. Just worth staying on top of that. And then we've got the 2 mediums. So we've attached that to the fire, which is perfect. Haven't lit it yet, but we know it's there, it's ready to go. Just need to get our kindling and start that. So now it's time for us to start emptying our inventory a little bit, having a little bit of a sort out. So what I like to do, guys, I like to have things in piles or areas or containers, just so I know where it is, and when I need to build something, I know it's there. That may have been a mistake putting those sticks in there, because I'm going to want a lot more than 4. I'm going to want another pile knocking around. But we will see. At this point, looking back, doing this voiceover, I probably would have emptied more of my inventory. But hey ho, we're going to go for a little explore on some of these other shipwrecks. I'm not too sure what we can get from these. But the first one we come across is barrels. Okay, that's pretty good. We need that for a hobo stove. So I'm attacking the chains that are holding them. And unfortunately, you can't just bring them into your inventory. You actually do need to drag them around. So we need to see if there's a better method for this going forward. because dragging one at a time, getting them into our raft if we find them out in the world, not going to be that fast. So then we need to see if there is a better method, but that may come later on in the game. Okay, so here we go. We're going to bring this one back to the island now. We're just going to do one for now, I believe. We don't really have any need for barrels other than that stove, so we'll leave those ones there. They seem fairly well trapped in. Hopefully they don't float away when we want them in the future, but there should be plenty more out there in the world. Okay, as you can see, while I'm dragging it, I've now turned around to run forwards, and it's possible, so keep that in mind, guys, for yourselves. It may just help you and speed the process up a little bit for yourselves as well. Perfect, so by holding C down, brought up the quick craft. We're just now going through, and you see we're having a look at that hobo stove, what we need. So we've got one barrel, but no fire pit. So for a fire pit, we need 3 stones and 1 fire. Do we have the fire? That's over there with the crab meat on it. And we just sat here thinking, oh, hang on, we've already made that, so let's escape out of that. I kept pressing escape for cancelling there, but obviously it is your right mouse click. So what we're going to do is going to go collect the stones we need now and create the fire pit around our fire. So I actually struggled a little bit with this hobo stove after we got it built. So we do get it built, we do get it around our fire in a moment. But looking back, it may not have been the right choice for me. So keep that in mind for yourselves. We'll cover it when it's fully built, and you can see my trials and tribulations. At the moment, there was nothing wrong with the fire we had, so there was no real need for us to up that. It was cooking everything. It was giving us food. I would highly suggest not trying to waste materials at this stage. Not that it's a waste, but they could have been useful for other things. So I wouldn't say that is a starter game necessity. But we found the rocks we need now, and as you can probably tell, we don't have very many rocks left on our island. So materials and supplies already come in low for us. We're going to need to re-venture back out to get that. Perfect, so we can first off create the fire pit, put that over our fire, and our barrel's in the way. Typical. Let's get that out of the way, get that fire pit replaced. Perfect. Now we're trying to cross the stove. But for some reason, maybe because I'm stood on the barrel, I don't know, but it's not picking up the barrel. And there it is, perfect. One hobo stove created. What you're going to see here now is why I'm saying I wish I hadn't necessarily built it, because I'm trying to attach it, accidentally eating the crab meat and made myself sick. I don't know how to get this crab meat onto the stove. I am trying everything. Looking back and thinking now, maybe we should have lit the stove and treated it like a barbecue. But all I've done is attach that crab meat to the fire there, not the stove itself. So I haven't actually changed anything. But you'll see once we get this going, it does rip. So it probably is get it lit and put it on top and treat it like a barbecue. Also, guys, keep in mind that's 4 sticks we've used there. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but you don't have many sticks in this game. So just check our stats again. Water. Already we're going to want some more water. So okay, another 2. That's looking okay. Health halfway. Oh, that was obviously from being attacked from those crabs. We need to try and get that back up, so take some time, let our health regenerate a little bit, and just have another look through to see what we want, see what we need. Here, So we're thinking about these storage boxes, and it's only 1 lashing and 2 scrap planks. But at the moment, we've got no scrap planks in our storage area here. So I don't think it would be a wise investment for us. So we're just going to empty our inventory, get some nice piles of materials going, just so we can see what we have, nice and easily. And we can start on building it up, making them nice and large, so we could do some building on mass almost. And I've lost my axe. Okay. So I'm now running around. I know I've put it down somewhere, but for the life of me, I can't remember where. This is where, during the day, it'd probably be quite easy to spot. So I probably should go have a sleep, save the game, and then come back and try and find it. However, that's not what I do. I'm scratching my head here, guys. I'm running around. I'm panicking. I need an axe. I need to chop trees down. I need to get sticks. I need to get the palm fronds there. Generate water. I am checking everywhere, and I could not find it. So bring my sticks out, and I'm gonna probably add those to the pile in a minute. And there we go. But I have no idea where my axe has gone. And there's only kind of one option left. If I can't find it, I need one. I'm gonna have to make one. So I'm gonna have to look for the materials to make it. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, by the way, because the axes are wearable. And what I mean by that is, as you use them, they start wearing down, and eventually they need replacing anyway because they break. Having a spare one is not the end of the world, but just dragged my raft back in. I just was worried that it was going to float away. Didn't want that floating away, especially being our only mode of transport. Just had a quick look inside, didn't see an axe. So carried on looking around. But yeah, as some of these components are wearing away when you use them, it's potentially a good idea to have a couple anyway, especially if you've got the materials and resources. Obviously, we currently don't, so I would have preferred to have be thinking about creating one a little bit later on. But that's the way it goes, unfortunately. We need to create it now. Just find the material. As it's light now, we're probably we're having another little scan round as well, trying to find that axe, but yeah, it's just one of those things. It's disappeared. There's no point stressing about it, especially this early on. And I suppose it's also kind of worth pointing out here, guys, we're nearly up to our first hour playthrough of this game. I remember 10 years ago or so, whenever some of the games would come out, and I was a big PlayStation guy back then, I could almost finish a brand new game in an hour on the single player campaigns. And we've only just scratched the surface of this, so it's fantastic. And it is keeping us entertained, it's keeping us busy, so. Right, we're trying to find one more rock. We need 2 stone tools, 1 lashings and 1 stick. That's 2 rocks, 4 fibrous leaves and a stick for an axe. And we're not exactly swimming in material here, are we? But we got it. You know, we've got the material we need. Let's create that axe. Let's get some more sticks. Let's get some more palm fronds down. And let's get going. Ooh, that was a crude fishing spear. So that could be useful. And it may be worth creating that. Allowing us to fish generating more food fairly easily. Okay, perfect. So get rid of this log. Not only is this going to generate sticks, it's just going to tidy up a little bit. We don't want big logs everywhere. Ah, seriously. All that time looking for crafting that axe. It was right next to the log the whole time. But never mind. You know, we've got a spare one now. They're both gonna wear down. As soon as one breaks, we've got a secondary. And I can guarantee you I'm not gonna forget where that is now. After all that effort and running around, I'm not gonna forget. Okay, scrap planks, that's a good one. That might even be our first that we found out in the world. I know we've got one in the crate and we're thinking again, do we create another crate? This stage, no. Leave it. Not worth it. But later on, those crates, I don't know if you can put a crate in a crate. If you can, you could start really up in your level of inventory capacity. Yeah, having a look. Going to put out the fire. And perfect. So our crab should be cooked at this stage. Probably should have checked quickly. I believe I did see cooked crab meat. Should be fine. And the sun's out and it's looking fantastic again, guys. So, just having a little wander around our island. We still haven't explored just our home properly. We're kind of getting out there, getting going. But we've got this little shipwreck here. So let's have a look in here. See what we can see. I thought that was a crate for a second and got all excited. These containers have some good parts. And there is a crate, guys. That's fantastic. So let's get that crate, get that back. That's more storage for us. With quite a few bits in, these crates are looking very, very useful for us. So you see we've got some engine parts now, bits and pieces. That's definitely for later on in the game. Oh, some more cloth. Great. It's not something we need right now, the engine parts, but we will need them. Another little shipwreck, just checking to see if there's anything useful in there for us. Doesn't seem to be at the moment. I'm not too sure if any of this stuff regenerates. So we're just going to collect what we can, when we can, get it all built up. And we survived 2 days. You know, that shouldn't be too difficult, but you never know. So let's check this one last shipwreck. These crates are definitely useful and something now I'm actually actively seeking out if I can. I want them. I need them. And there's another crate. What have we got? Really good stuff. Some planks, some cloths in there. I believe I saw a hammer. So we've crafted a hammer, but that looked like a real hammer, if you like, which could be better, faster. I'm not sure. But we're up to a grand total of 3 crates now, I believe. With 4 slots in each. So we've taken 3 slots in our inventory. And we've managed to quadruple that capacity. To a degree. Probably... No, we have quadrupled it, sorry, because we turned 1 slot into 4. So what I'm going to do, guys, is leave you here with this amazing view out into the ocean. We'll explore a couple of those islands next time. And we may do a little bit of grafting before you come back. But we'll see you on the next one.